Hey guys, and welcome back to the big build. I thought today we'd start with the overview map to give you guys a better idea of what we've done and what we're probably going to be able to do. Now, down the bottom here is the big city. Now, if we look at this line where we're along here, this is actually the main line. As you can see, it doesn't really go very far. Now, the other one is the branch line which we've actually been building, and this here is actually the village, which at the moment the session goes up to. Last episode we started building the mountains. We've gone as far around here. Well, you've seen me actually build the track all the way up here, and then we've created some mountains around here. Now the idea is, on this section, let's see if I can move it up a bit, there we go, is to basically make the line go back and then that way. Then we're going to have an end station here. Probably around some mountains, going down a little bit more, going down the hill a little bit more. Then what that allows us to do is have another track coming out from this end station going this way. Now I don't know exactly what this is going to do yet. The idea is this line here, the main line, will be a lot straighter and a lot faster, and it'll probably go from 4 tracks, which at the moment down to 2 at some point, probably at the next station. But wherever that ends up along here, then we'll connect from that one to this one, so we end up with a triangle. We may put some extra lines in as we go and see what we can do, but that's essentially what we want to do. So let's get going on the build. Right, we're going to add some oyster boards on. Go out a little bit this way. As we suggested before, we're going to go out to the right and then back to the left again. And what we're also going to do is actually lower it. So the track will go at a steady degree, or constantly all the way down to the bottom here. At the bottom here, we're going to be adding the coast. So it's got to be quite low. So if you have a look there, what I'm just doing is minus 1.10. So we're going to put in the track minus 1.10 as a gradient. So the track at the moment is way under the ground. But every time you press smooth, the ground will actually lower to it. So we continue. I didn't put the gradient, I forgot. Now you can see we've actually changed the gradient now. We've actually flattened it out. Now this is the end. Now what I've done there is applied a height. So instead of using the gradient this time, we're just going to literally connect the 2 bits up. And then click smooth. There you go. A couple more spline points. Just to give it more, the curve a little bit more gentle, the curve a little more gentle than it was. It was a bit too abrupt for me. So we start lowering this down. And this is going to be a large job. Because this has to be even lower here, because this is where the coast is. Imagine it's on a slope. This little village is going to be on a slope, on a cliff, on the side of a cliff. Now what we did here, we're copying and pasting a height. So it's the quicker way of doing it. Takes a while, but still faster than doing it manually. Go out a bit and click. But the game didn't like it, it crashed, and that was about 2 hours work already. So off camera, I then had to do it all over again, and well, we continue from that point on. So now we're back at the top again, and we are going to start making cliffs down to the side. As you can see, we're sort of we're putting a steady height onto it. And don't worry about this bit, the track being covered. Just press smooth. we just keep using the smooth and the gradients tool and all the tools to our disposal just to actually create these new hills. Now I've lowered it here because that possibly could be seen from elsewhere, and I only want them to see the edge of the hill, not the edge of the board. So this does take ages. Now I've cut most of this out, but just to give you an idea of what we're doing, we're just creating lumps and smooth them off a little bit, trying to make them look real, if possible. Probably not too rounded in places and just natural. So this is our mountain range anyway. Near to the coast, we won't be doing too much with that today, but we'll probably go back more into hills again. But right here, this is our mountains. But we are going to actually at least sort of smooth it out a little bit all the way down to the bottom. Now there are some differences down here the way I've done this, because, well, when it crashed I lost everything, unfortunately. All the work I'd done this day, the backup just wouldn't load, which was a pity. So I had to redo everything. Right, now it's time to do the painting, the fun bit. So, little dabs everywhere, the same thing. Both sides as well of the mountains, because possibly they could be seen from the other side later on, we don't know. Now we're only going as far as the green at the moment. The uncoloured bit we're going to probably do next episode. And that will probably turn into more farmland as well. So now what we're doing is covering up the mountain slightly, because it's a little abrupt. Got this murky sort of green. And as I say every time, we just layer in the colours. I don't want to just do one area and do lots of different colours and do another area, lots of different colours. It takes ages. So we just stick one colour and do a very large area in one go. And then we just keep doing a different colour. And then we do another colour and then another colour and so on. This one you have to do in small bits because otherwise it looks like squares. You've got to be very careful with this one. Same with that one, you can see it. You can see the lines. You do have to change the direction to stop that happening. I'm pretty sure I said the same thing every time, but when you're doing a similar thing every time, then you got to follow the rules. But even now it's starting to come, so you're just toning out the rock slightly. Add some mud and some different colours around here. To be honest, at the end, I'm still not quite happy with this area. We'll probably have to do a little bit more work onto it. Some different greens now again. And now I start to place some hedges and things. We're going to do it by the water, these hedges, these little bushes and things. Good selection of them. They'll probably go up to the track. Well, in this episode they will. It does take me a while to decide whether to keep these things, so if you do notice a few changes, then that's probably why. I just looked at it again and thought maybe it needs the odd change, the odd tweak. Now we're adding some of the live trees, so they are moving. They give a bit of life to it, don't they? They also match the ones we've already used. Now it's time to add our Halt in. Now this is going to be a very small station here. This is just the other side of the water. Now don't pay any attention to the arrows. That's what they'd like you, the direction they'd like you to run, but you don't have to, and we don't ever use that. So we run the left. Now I found this platform which has got some track at the end. As you can see, it sort of goes away and merges in. Unlike the normal platforms, it does actually allow you to place the platform just the right distance away from the track. Now, if you look at that bottom right one, that one, that's the wrong way round. Pick the wrong one. There we go. Easy enough to place though. Pick it in. That's it. Sort of make sure it's straight. You can see the different platforms I was looking at over there, and I just delete them because we're not going to keep them. We're going to keep that building. It's called a Halt, so let's say it is when we use it. Got one light there, I'm using that to copy and paste. And we just got to straighten them up. They have little flower poles on here. Look, we could put flowers, hanging baskets on. I've got to try and find some hanging baskets to put on it. So a little road going up to nowhere now, and we're not going to put a bridge over, we're just going to have this little track going over it. It's very small, there's not many trains go down here. Well, there is. Now we need to put the ballast on. We're using a colour which matches reasonably well to the track, I think. I found these desolate houses. These are not lived in anymore. They're broken. But we've got one which is lived in. He looks after the station. That's the station master's house. Even if it's a little Halt. Got some electric. It says electric this time. Before we said we used these, we said it was for post. It was for post, for the telephone line. It says electric this time. Actually, British Telecom was Royal Mail once. Was it Royal Mail? It was the post office, I think it was, actually. So we're going to add some grass. Actually, in retrospect, we did have too much grass. I put up the mountains a little bit. I think we should keep it just to near where the track is. It doesn't look quite right when you look further away with it. So we're up the hills there. So we're probably going to remove that from the hills and just keep it as painted. Doesn't seem to do too much to the performance of the round here. But it's just for the simple look. It doesn't look quite good enough in the up on the mountains. Put these hedges again, and we'll try some trees perhaps. We don't want to make it look too used. I've set the settings so it starts off with nobody on the platforms, and I think it's 1 an hour. I think it's the minimum. That was a chimney, by the way, because that house didn't have any smoke, so I found a smoke chimney. But here we are, this is what we got to so far. I thought it'd be nice to actually have a look. See the mountains. I'm not quite sure, they're the same height, those two on the right there. I think maybe lower one of them. But overall, I'm quite happy. I do think the hills on the left, the mountains on the left, look a little better than the ones on the right. Need a little bit of adjustment. I like the road going up into the mountains though. Reminds me of Snowdon in Wales. We have lots of people walking up that road. It's one of the many ways up to the top. So we're going to have a quick look round. And well, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please press the like button. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And if you press that ding dong bell button, it even tells me I put stuff on. Cheers guys, and see you next time. Bye bye.